17.94. So again, we are into practice here. Darren Spooner recently got some practice at the Donington Park circuit in this wonderful Peugeot 205. It's powered by the motor from a Peugeot 106, but I believe it's pushing out somewhere in excess of 500 brake horsepower. Front wheel drive, much wider at the front track than the rear track. It is a very impressive car, one that he works very hard on, and he said to me, you know what, I've really got this car set up with Mallory in mind now. I haven't had that in previous years, so we'll see what Spooner can do. There's Dimitri Shribny, another favourite of Quick60, a bit of a lock-up there into the chicane before the John Cooper S's. But again, only practice. He can get away with that at this stage. Watch Shribny then out of the hairpin, because I imagine he'll be fast. We'll look at him later on. Darren Spooner comes up to the finish line very quick through Gerrard's. A lot of downforce and a lot of confidence in the car, more importantly, for Spooner. A 73.12 for Spooner. So just over a second off the fastest in his class, that being Richard Wright in the Impreza. You have to consider, of course, that the four-wheel drive launch on the Impreza will be worth quite a bit of time. But what a run there from Spooner already. With all guns blazing. Dimitri Shribny with a 79.43. Well, I was on my way back to the commentary box when I finally caught sight of Mr. Spooks himself, Darren Spooner, finally emerged by his car, and we had to have a chat with you because you're one of our regulars and we always see this car on an improvement curve that, from what I can tell, is showing no signs of relenting. We'll talk about that in a minute, but firstly, tell me about your morning. It looked like it was all going pretty smoothly.
Yeah, really well. So we've kind of come here this time with, or this year, to kind of have a go at doing well here. The last couple of years, we've just enjoyed the event, come here as a bit of a social, brought some friends and ran the car in. You know, it's time attack trim really. So I've kind of made a valiant effort this year to actually set the car up for Mallory Park, for the Quick60 event, to actually have a go at trying to do, you know, even better than we've done over previous years. So the morning's gone really well. The car felt amazing. We've just had a downpour, which has kind of thrown a bit of a spanner in the works for everybody, I guess. So we didn't go out for the last practice session because it was wet. But no, otherwise the car feels, you know, absolutely fantastic, and I'm pretty happy so far for a good result this afternoon.
And obviously I got to see that you were at Donington Park. I had a little look at that on social media, shaking down some improvements to try and make it more circuit friendly, more Mallory friendly. What's been going on? What have the latest Spooks concoctions been? Okay,
so we've actually dragged the front wheels forward 3 inches. So we've stretched the chassis out a bit more. So remade the front wishbones is basically how I've done that. It has put a hell of a lot of caster into the front dampers, which the car absolutely loves. And as a result of that, we've managed to take some camber off. So we took half a degree of camber off the front as well, which has increased the footprint, so there's more grip. Turning is really good. The car feels much more stable and get on the power a little bit earlier. It's still, you know, phenomenal on the brakes as it always has been, but with running the power that I want to run to be competitive at events like this, you need traction, you need grip, and I think we're the only two-wheel drive car in the class today, so you know, everyone's taking 3/10 off me as it is with the four-wheel drive setups that everybody else is running. So we're just trying to get some grip and take that time, get those 3/10 back over the rest of the lap basically. So it's working really well. It feels lovely at the moment.
Excellent. And obviously running a Donington test day is a bit like pick and mix. You've got a bit of everything. That's very much the spirit here at Quick60. Again, you talked about some of the other cars, their advantages and disadvantages, but the fun of it at the end of the day is just how much of a melting pot it is, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's an eclectic mix of cars here, and you know, you look at some and you think they're going to be super quick, you look at others and you're not too sure, and then, you know, the ones that don't look quick are quick and the ones that look really quick aren't, and so therefore you don't know what your competition is, and it just makes for an exciting day's racing. It's absolutely brilliant. Yeah, it's great.
Well, Darren, I don't think your car's ever been a sleeper. We've always expected great things. It's come correct from the visual perspective.
Thanks,
we look forward to seeing you pedaling it again.
Thank you very much. Cheers. Lovely. Have a great day. Thank you.
Neil Shaw with the benchmark for them, a 75.02. Darren Spooner in his Peugeot 205 joins the fray as well. That's that batch of 3 out onto the circuit then. Spooner set to be a favourite here today. Look at the speed already being carried through Gerrard's Bend. Richard Wright is on the tail end of his run as we follow him out of Gerrard's and across the line. I suspect this one could be a new benchmark. It's looking quick, it's looking committed, it's looking like a 72.15, 72.15, 1 minute 12.1 is the new benchmark then for Class B. That's going to make Neil Shaw sit up and pay attention. Paul Wright comes across the line now, not expecting this car to be as quick though as Darren Spooner, who comes through behind him. We'll see both cars across the line. Paul Wright crosses and his time will come through as an 83.6. Darren Spooner though is on the move and his time looked committed, certainly a 72.45 for Darren Spooner.